Hey, welcome back, my amazing student. So in this lecture, we're gonna keep working on tags, and tags require us to do a little work, right? So we're gonna need some helpers to help us edit, create some of these tags here to make it easier for us to put the tags for the contacts in the database. All right, so let's start real quick. So this is, let me just make a comment here real quick, and let me just say something like tag helpers here. And yeah, let me just put the same amount here. I have a little OCD, so yeah. Just put a line here. All right. Let's see. So let's define a function here real quick. Let's call it parse tags. All right. We're gonna get the string because we're gonna get a string of tags here. Let me just go back into the templates here to show you where we gotta do this stuff. So let's go into new, and in here we should have an input. If we don't, we're gonna make one now. Yeah, we don't have an input here to input to put the tags. So let's go ahead and put one now. Okay, let's do this after this one here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this guy and put it right here. I'm gonna put this tags here for the name attribute. And as a placeholder, let's just say something like tags, comma, separated. I think that's how you spell it, right? There we go. I'm asking you and I don't even hear you, right? Let's put something like this, client, and then just to give the user some type of, indication how this is done. And we can leave this the way it is right now. So let's go back in here and new contact. And this one in the routes line 15. What did I do here? Oh, that's right. Let me just comment that out. All right. So we can see there that that's where the tags will go. All right. Let's go ahead and create this helper real quick. So we got to figure out what we want, right? There are a couple of things that we want. We want to split each of these tags in with a comma. We want to maybe normalize it like by putting this in lowercase. We probably got to check for duplicates. Actually, as a matter of fact, we're going to check for duplicates, and we just got to keep everything very stable here. So let's play around with this. So we're going to get a row string here that's going to have different words, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that that's what we get here. And I'm going to create a set here. So, and I'm going to create a result list as well. And let's go ahead and loop through this. I'm gonna loop through this through the row of strings. If anything, we'll just make sure it's empty. And then we split this like this in commas, right? Like that, all right? So now we're splitting whatever is coming in commas, right? And we're gonna take this in parts. All right, so let's get let's get the tag here. Let's strip all the trailing and leading spaces, and let's lower case everything just like that. Okay. Now we're gonna check if we have a tag, okay, and the tag not in scene in my set, then we know we don't have a duplicate, right? So what we want to do is we want to add it to that set. So we're gonna say add just like that. And we're gonna add the tag, okay? Now, let's also append the tag to the result, so that way we have this. Append to the result, all right? And then let's go outside the loop here, and let's just return the result. And that's it, all right? Let's review this a little bit. All right, so we get the row, the string right here. We loop through it, right? We separate it by commas here. Then we strip it down from any space, and then we lowercase it. And then we check and we say, hey, listen, if we find this, we have something there, and it's not in a scene set, then we're gonna add it there, all right? So this scene set, we're just using this to check to see if we have any duplicates. If we don't have the tag, we add it, okay? And then this, we keep track of what we have, if we have any duplicates by having this set here. The result is just to accumulate all these tags and send it out. So that way we can, of course, use it in the future. Now, what I want to do is I also want to create another helper here. And let me actually put a underscore here just to signal that this is a helper, a local helper, right? In our project. So let's go ahead and name this get or create tag, okay? And you're gonna see how we're gonna use this later. So I'm just gonna make sure that this is a string, and I'm gonna make sure that I return a tag object, okay? So we wanna return some type of list that's gonna have tags. And let's just create the tag here. Let's pull it out from the database, all right? So we gotta get the tag out from here. There we go. All right. So let's do filter, and here let's do filter by, and let's just get the tag out, right? Let's get just one out of there. And now here we're gonna say if naughty, then we want to add it, right? If we don't find it, we want to add the tag. There we go. Boom. And we'll grab the DB and we'll add it there. We're not gonna do commit yet because with this is part of that create method that we have, right? That create function or route. You'll see to create tags, right? Contacts. So DB session add. All right. So we're missing a parameter. Of course, I have not added that. I was just looking at some of these things. Anyway, so let's go ahead and return this so that way we can use this helper. So return the tag. Boom. All right, now that we got these helpers, we got to use them in the next lecture, okay? So go ahead and copy them, all right? It should be fine. The spelling should be correct here, but if anything, we'll fix it in the future. Don't worry too much about this stuff. Worry about the final functionality, right? So we are parsing it, making sure we're normalizing these tags. And then here we are getting the tags or creating them in the database, right? And of course, we'll return it and we can use it and do the commit if we wanted to, right? We are adding it here so we can do that commit out. So in the next lecture, if you notice here, right, we got to do this before we commit, okay? You can see the commit right here. So we got to do it before. Anyway, let's get ready for the next lecture, and I'll see you guys then. Take care.